everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is JoJo for those of you who are new. Hi there, thanks for stopping by and coming to check me out. This channel focuses on my family's journey to financial freedom. So if you are not yet subscribed and that's something you're interested in watching, then please consider subscribing so you can come along with us on this bumpy ride. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. Happy holidays. I hope you are spending time, whether it is virtually or in the same room as those that you love and that you're surrounded by love and are really feeling the spirit of the season. It has been a crazy week, you guys. Last minute preps for Christmas. I kind of went a little crazy on the spending. I don't know, like I'm in the store, I know our budget, but it's like my adrenaline got going. I'm sitting there thinking of last minute things to do. I was a little stressed and just things kept getting thrown in the cart. And before I know it, I get home and I'm like, holy smokes, what did I do? Most of it came from sinking funds. I'm going to be doing my sinking fund closeout video next week. So I haven't really quite decided all of what I'm going to do. It's mostly going to be money shuffling or just kind of letting things ride out sort of situation. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and hop into it. Today's video, I'm going to be doing my week 3 check-in for paycheck number 2 for the month of December. Let's get started. Okay, so for my weekly check-ins, I always start here with my variable expenses weekly check-in tracker. And my husband and I get paid every other week, so this is how I track the 2 weeks worth of variable expenses. And then over here is my transaction log, and this is where all money flowing in, flowing out gets tracked, and then it's just color coded over here in the checkbox section. I am definitely one of those people who love to make lists, love to check things off. So I find this very satisfying and it helps organize my transactions as well. So green is income, pink is a bill, yellow is a variable expense, and blue is a sinking fund purchase. What I'm gonna do here, we are looking at transactions from paycheck number 2. The dates are from December 17th to the 23rd, and this is for week 3. I'm going to start here at the top with groceries, and I always like to start with an example of how I come to my numbers. I keep track of the remaining over here. I fill this out twice a week, and I just keep a running tally of what's remaining from that category from what I budget. So it's really easy for me at the end of the week when I come to prepare for this check-in to figure out how much I spent within that one category rather than adding up multiple transactions. And for groceries, for example, I budget $400 to last us 2 weeks, and then I can see we have $251.14 remaining. So that means we spent $148.86 on groceries this week. Okay. So we'll bring that in over here, write that under spent was $148.86, which this is awesome because we're going to my mom's house for Christmas Eve. We're doing different snacks and things there, and then we do fondue with meat on Christmas, and then we're just gonna have snacks, and we're doing a breakfast. It's called a French toast casserole, Christmas morning with bacon and stuff like that. So just lots of food. So I'm really pleased with that number. Next, for eating out and entertainment, we had spent $60.73. That was at McDonald's, some Papa Murphy's pizza, things like that. My kids had gone to the dentist this week, And after the dentist, they did so well, we stopped at McDonald's and got them some lunch. Household and pets, there has been a lot from this category. I make my own laundry detergent, and in the long run it saves us, but to buy the ingredients, each batch lasts us probably 6 months, but it's washing soda, borax, and then 3 bars of really nice soap. I used to buy the Dr. Bronner's, but I found at my local Smith's the Simply True, I think, or something like that. Same brand, same sort of quality soap, but it's expensive soap. But it's lavender. I love to buy the lavender scent and things like that. But anyways, so that went into those purchases. And our oldest dog, she is sick again. She has an ulcer that keeps recurring, so more medicine for her. And then for gas, we had spent $76.20. That leaves us with $73.80. My husband, he had spent $72.82 from the $80 we budget for ourselves. That leaves him with $7.18 moving into the last week. I did not spend anything. I do want to buy some eye cream, and some new face wash or something like that, or I really enjoy serums and toners. I like the ginseng there under eye cream, the Wake Me Up one that smells like oranges. It's so good. And then there's also, I really enjoy Mario Badescu. Just with wearing the mask at my work, I'm thinking my skin is not happy. But I'm thinking of getting maybe some sort of toner I can spray my face with while I'm at work. And let's see, so then my oldest, we given him a total of $20 of cash throughout the week. And my littles, they did not spend anything. So they still have their $20 that we budget for them. Unbudgeted, that ended up being the dentist right here. I have a medical flexible spending account, but I had actually used all of it for some glasses and contacts. It's like $500 a year. I can contribute more, but I'm still trying to figure out how much our medical expenses will cost us. But for next year, this will come from, I didn't make a medical sinking fund because I'm going to be using that flexible spending account. That's really going to be more as my sinking fund. But for now, we're just covering this with cash flow. And then there was this PlayStation. I'm not sure if this is a subscription or what, but it's through my husband's. There is a yearly subscription coming up in February that I'm saving for in my sinking funds, but this, I'm not sure what this was. So that was added to unbudgeted, and that was a total of, when you add those two together, $39.27. And we of course don't budget anything for unbudgeted. So that left us a negative $39.27, which will hopefully be able to make up for with staying under budget for some of these other expenses. But when you add all of what we had spent this week together, it comes to $488.57, and that leaves us with $506.43 moving into week 4. And I really love doing this weekly check-in with this remaining because it can help me to make decisions on wants versus needs, knowing what we have left over, and can it wait until the next week when we have money added again back to these categories, that sort of thing. But that is going to wrap up our yellow boxes, our variable expenses. Now what we'll do is move to the paycheck budget sheet and pull in the rest of our transactions. Okay, here we are back at the paycheck budget sheet. And all of the sheets you guys see me use are available on my Etsy shop. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you feel like this system would be helpful for you. And we're going to start just here right at the top on this income table. Those are the green boxes. So we did get our usual paychecks, income 1, income 2. And then my bank also does a little bit of interest. They'll kick in. It's not much. I'm definitely not considering this as an investment, but it was 2 cents that we got. But I track every penny that goes in and out of my account. So we'll go ahead and write those down. First, with income 1, it ended up being quite a bit more than I had expected, which is awesome. I'm not really sure why, but I will take it. I'm going to continue to budget this amount though, but it was $4,382.56. And then income number 2, this one's been a little hard to figure out the last 2 months, just around Thanksgiving, now Christmas, and then moving into the new year. There's different holiday hours, so some lost hours and then going in for some extra hours. So it has still remained under budget though. It normally is at least this $1,000 because I do always underestimate these. But thankfully this one was so much more than expected that it made up for the $60 that was lost with this paycheck. And again, the next 1 or 2 paychecks, I'm not sure what that's going to look like because of there are going to be some missed days for Christmas and the new year. So we will see. And then there was also that little bit of extra that had come in, and that, and oh, and then we also have our rollover from paycheck 1 that we can update here. So this is paycheck 1. We had closed this paycheck out last week, and my husband and I, we get paid every other week, so we usually have 2 paychecks per month. And what I do is roll everything from paycheck 1 into paycheck 2, and then we zero out paycheck 2, and whatever our cash flow is, that's what is getting thrown at our debt currently while we're on a debt-free journey. So right here, this expected that I was expecting to roll over, you can see is written here. And then our actual was actually more than that, so I can come and update it over here. So we are gonna say, and it gets written in blue because if it was more than we expected in a good way. It was $2,157.03, and then we have that extra 2 cents. And I'm not going to add all this together yet just because we have our week 4 check-in coming up, and I'm going to just leave the door open to the universe for any other extra money to come in over the next week would be great. Okay, now what we'll do is come to our fixed expenses, which are right here. And those are the pink boxes on my transaction log. I'm gonna go ahead and check off these green boxes down here, and then get you guys lined up. I'd like to be zoomed in so you guys can see all the little details, but it also can be hard to make sure you're all in frame. But sewer had come out. It was kind of weird what it did with my bank account. It had showed up to be drafted, but it didn't actually clear until the date I'd expected it to. So I don't know what's up with that. But I had written it right here during last week's, but I added it for this paycheck because it didn't actually get drafted until this paycheck. But I didn't want to miss that coming out of my account, and so I'd gone ahead and just written it when I seen it pop up in my account. So there's that. That bill has already cleared. Our water bill is much lower than expected, which is great. I have a utility bill tracker that I'm going to use to help me write these expected amounts for next year that I'll bring in as I'm doing my paycheck budget forecasts for you guys. But let's see, so now, and we live in an area where there's all seasons, so these do fluctuate significantly throughout the year. The water bill is down to $24.76, check that off. And that was the only bill that had come out for this paycheck, or for this weekly check-in. Make sure I'm checking off all my boxes here. Okay. The rest of these should be addressed next week when I do the week 4 check-in. Then there's this variable expenses table that will have the totals from the 2 weeks on my variable expenses weekly check-in sheet next week when we close out this paycheck. And then we come down here to my sinking funds. And this is where next week, so stay tuned for that video, things are going to get a little crazy because I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but more to come for next week. But for kids' clothes, I have 3 kids. They're all in the ages where they are going through these growth spurts. It's been really hard to keep up with them. Like my daughter, she had just one day we went to put her winter coat on, and it is cold here, you guys. And the sleeves were too small. Like they had come up really high. I'm like, well, you gotta be able to stay warm. So we had to buy her a new coat. She needed new pajamas. I just finished getting my youngest stocked up on stuff because he just went through a massive growth spurt. And then my oldest, he has needed pants and stuff too because of his he's starting to grow out of them. It's just never ending, you guys. Those of you with kids totally understand. You can't keep up with these kids. Let's see. And then my youngest, he had a birthday. He just turned 4. And for Christmas, we had spent some more. We had spent $286.17. So, yeah, we're over budget on clothes and Christmas, but when I do my sinking funds next week, I'll explain how I'm going to address that. As I said, I did just do a sinking fund revamp video a couple weeks ago. I'll link that up here. And I did just close out my November sinking funds too, if you want to see how I use these tables. The last table at the bottom is this debt table. We're not really able to do much with it this week. Next week when we go to close out this budget and figure out our cash flow, which is this section right here. This is our predicted amount of money that we're going to be throwing at our debt focus. We're really focused on this student loan. We're using our HELOC to pay it down to save money on interest. So when you see these two numbers, our HELOC and the student loan balance, that's really the total amount on that student loan. But really exciting progress we're seeing. That is, but that's really going to wrap up this video, you guys, for our week 3 check-in. And I hope you all are having a fantastic holiday. I will see you guys tomorrow when I do my Paycheck 1 forecast for January, the first paycheck of the season. Starting a new year. This is our really first full year of budgeting. Lots of learning and growing and progress happening this year. It's been a tumultuous year, to say the least, but I hope this video finds you all well, and blessings to you all. Have a happy holiday.